Sentinels of the shore, Canada's lighthouses have stood for centuries. But modern technology and a cost-conscious government mean many could disappear if local communities don't start maintaining them. That's what's happening today at the Boar's Head Lighthouse on Nova Scotia's Digby Neck.
They do some once in a while to the road, but as far as the lighthouse itself, they're not going to touch it. If it fell down, it fell down. That's just the way it is.
In 2008, Ottawa declared nearly 500 lighthouses as unnecessary to navigation. Local communities have taken over some. 75 now have heritage status and cannot be dismantled, but preservationists still worry the country is losing touch with its past.
We don't have the castles that Europe has. We don't have the Great Wall of China, but we do have our lighthouses. And they're emblematic of who we are.
My dad moved us out onto Sambro Island in 1964. I was 9 months old.
Once lighthouse keepers lived with their families in places like Sambro Island, just outside Nova Scotia's largest port, Halifax. Kelly Fairservice Brown grew up there and served as keeper herself in the final months before the light was automated in 1988.
I considered, being a light keeper a privilege. It suited me. If they hadn't closed it down, I think I would have pursued that as a career. I would have been very content to raise my family out there.
Even today, in the age of electronic communications and global positioning systems, not all lighthouses are heritage buildings. This is a working Canadian Coast Guard light station, and it presides over one of the most treacherous stretches of water on the East Coast. They call this the graveyard of the Bay of Fundy because of the shipwrecks. With computerized coastal navigation now more like air traffic control, catastrophic wrecks are thankfully rare these days. But even on the most advanced vessels, there's nothing quite like the blink of a lighthouse.
We have a lot of container traffic coming into Halifax Harbor, cruise ships, fishing vessels, and they all still, while they depend to a point, to an extent, on their electronic navigation, there's a lot of captains will tell you that they still want to see that light flashing.
And in a few places along Canada's coast, they'll continue to see them, so long as local communities keep doing what used to be the federal government's job. Daniel Lack, Al Jazeera, Nova Scotia.